y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Patty for those of you who do not know, and today we are getting into a chit chat. Get ready with me as I do this beat, y'all. In this video we're talking about being in our 30s, singleness, just all of the things. So stay tuned if you want to see me do this beat and just have a little bit of girl chat. It is a little bit of a longer video because your girl was rapping, okay? It was a very relaxing makeup session, so grab yourself a drink or two and relax with me. Hey y'all, so we are starting off with a clean skin per usual. If you see me looking down, it's because I have my mirror here because your girl is visually impaired and I need to be able to see. While we chit chat and talk, y'all, we have a whole list of topics. I have my phone over here to keep me on track because y'all know your girl be rapid tapping, and we're gonna get into it. So I'm starting off with the Master Prime base. This is by Maybelline. Absolutely adore this. It's been a staple in my routine. I have become a makeup girly that really and truly doesn't try many new products as I used to, just because once you find stuff that doesn't break you out, y'all, it's really hard to want to start playing. I am interested in a couple of new products, but I told myself, like, moving forward, we are only going to be buying new things when I'm out of something. So today my goal is to just do a regular neutral base. I am going to brunch with the girls and then we are going to see Alvin Alley, the dance group. They're going to be in Charlotte today, so I was like, we got some stuff to record, so let's get ready together. This is my first time filming on my camera doing a makeup video, so bear with me if things are slightly out of focus. Your girl is trying. Yay for new things. And so I'm going to start off this conversation today by talking about living in Charlotte. I feel like so many people are so curious about, like, my experience here and how I've been able to formulate these different friendships and, you know, acquaintances, having people to do things with. And y'all, it boils down to your girl being an outside person. I moved here from DC, so this was not my first time, like, moving away from my hometown. And throughout that process, I learned how to do research, and maybe I should make a whole video about that. If you want that, let me know, because I've made so many videos about like living in Charlotte and the move, resources, but I still feel like people are struggling to find what it is they're looking for. So I'm not quite sure if it's just because people don't know what they like yet, or if they really don't know how to research. I'm also a person that very much is okay with doing things by myself. I know for some people, they're just kind of getting to that stage of life. I'm so sorry, y'all. That was the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. And this is the shade Deep Rich. It's definitely more of my summer shade, but as we continue, y'all, it's gonna finish out right. But yeah, I don't know if it's like a lack of research, or just when I do have conversations with people who are struggling, it kind of seems like I don't know what the disconnect is. So help me be able to better help you all and let me know what it is. But I really don't mind doing things by myself, and I also kind of like being able to just talk to random people. I feel like if that's something you super struggle with, it is going to be hard for you getting up, moving somewhere new, and that's something that you're not already comfortable with doing. I do believe it's like a muscle, like everything in life. Practice will definitely help, but you got to keep trying. And I know that it just comes better with practice. That makes sense. So, like, for example, one of the girls I'm cool with here, I met her at a fitness class. I am getting ready to powder my brows. I'm a very, very oily girl, so I use the Airspun, what is this called? Loose face powder. It's talc free. She's very affordable. She's like $5 to $10, but I really think it's like $5 to $6. Yeah. This is the affordable beat over here. But yeah, so one of the girls I met here, I met her through a fitness group, and I just happened to notice her number. She was ahead of me signing in, her phone number, knew the area code. We struck up a conversation. After class, I asked her like, hey, are you interested in, you know, looking for a fitness buddy, or, you know, wanting to try some other classes? And that's how we connected. And then we kept going, and if things get awkward, guys, it's okay to just kind of fall back. And when it comes to like fitness is definitely something that people fall off of all the time. So it's a lower pressure type of situation to me. And I also kind of feel like women, to me, in my experience, have been a lot more easier to approach and talk to. I feel like, you know, especially when you see something that you like, for example, you're like, girl, that purse, is that black owned? Did you make that? You know, it's just a little bit easier to me to strike up conversation. And yeah, I'm also a big fan of the social clubs. Even if you don't want to become super active, super into the weeds of things, just go to a couple events and strike up conversations with people. But practice definitely makes perfect. I feel like, to me, if I'm being perfectly honest, I think it's harder to find your tribe when you're still trying to figure out who you are. It's very, very difficult, because it'll be a little bit harder for you to kind of navigate the type of people you really want to be around, and also not putting so much pressure on newly formed friendships and acquaintances right away, and just kind of letting things be known up front. Like for me, I am a terrible texter. It is nothing personal, okay? It's not at all. I'm terrible at it. It doesn't mean that I don't like you. It doesn't mean that I don't rock with you. Typically, the day that we're actually meeting up and doing something, I'm going to be super responsive. But y'all, I'm in so many group chats, okay? Social media, personally, directly on the phone, all these different apps, WhatsApp, GroupMe, Instagram groups. Like, your girl is in a whole bunch of chats, and it becomes super overwhelming to me. But that's just my communication style. So I think sometimes also being upfront about those things can help when you're forming friendships and the type of friendship you're looking for. Are you a person that loves to just FaceTime all day, every day? That's not gonna work for me. I get super overwhelmed trying to talk to somebody while I'm trying to do a myriad of other things. Going in with the Revlon Colorstay Brow Creator. And this is in the shade, what is this? 610 dark brown. I cannot talk to y'all while I do this, so un momento. Okay, now that I got my outline on, I can talk again. And so I don't know if I shared, the reason why I have to do the powdering is because I'm a super oily girl, and this part of my face, especially this T-zone, it will look like my eyebrows are sweating, according to one of my little cousins. And I was like, we need to start powdering that. But yeah, let me know like what specific advice you feel like you would need if you're moving to a new city. But I am a research queen. Like, one of the things I felt like I learned moving to Charlotte is that I didn't think nightlife was super important to me, but I miss the vibes. And they do have different groups here, but it's also like something that I have not heard people talk about yet about Charlotte is that there are some spots here where people have been getting their drinks tampered with, and a lot of them have been at some of the black spots. Yeah. I met a girl who has an entire type of business wrapped around it. Like, she has these apps that you can use on your phone. She has a device that you can test your drinks with. And then she has, for businesses, this bar device. And she was telling me how, you know, she's been having good business with a lot of the local bars, except for some of the black owned spots. And it's two spots I know for sure it's happened to people that I have personally met and encountered, and that is Crew, and that is also at Cloud. How it's happening, I don't know, but y'all, like, moving somewhere when you are a single woman, or even if you're just out by yourself, I want zero chances of that type of stuff happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can be overwhelming sometimes. I feel like as a woman, constantly trying to make sure that you're safe. Just society, we don't even got to get into the weeds of that, but that's something I would tell you to be aware of. But y'all, there's so many social clubs. Let me know if you need me to do another video or link that video with all of the sources. But I'm also have become kind of like the planner friend, so I definitely appreciate just being able to show up to certain events. Yes, I do still use the LA Pro Girl concealer. She's cheap, it's effective, she does the job, she's the one, not the two. If it ain't broke, why we gotta fix it? So yeah, I feel like we could transition into the singleness conversation. I am in my 30s. I'm 32 years old. In September, your girl will be entering 33, her Jesus year. In my 30s, I feel like nobody really talked about or even really kind of prepared me for another shift. So depending on how old you are, I also kind of felt very similar to this when I was exiting college in my early 20s. Of course, we can't find the brush we're looking for. There we go. Just using a little angle brush to carve out my brows. But nobody kind of told me that there was going to be like another phase of like friendship shifting, your identity kind of coming back up into question, just a lot of feels. Good feels. I mean, I think it's always a good thing to care about who you are as a person and what you're contributing to the world. But y'all, it's just like, I really don't know how to put it into words, but it definitely feels like a shift. You have a lot of your friends who are getting married, settling down, having kids. You have another sector of people who are really having large, powerful, upward mobility type of shifts in their careers. Like, it's just a lot of changes happening. And don't feel bad if that's where you are in life. But I will say people kind of start to gravitate to those who are in, you know, those similar phases of life, right? Like, I'm not a mother. I can listen to your postpartum experience. I can try to be there for you as best I can, but it's not going to be the same level of support as a woman who has birthed children, right? Like, I can listen, I can support, but like, I don't know what that's like. I see it, I hear about it, but I haven't had those hormonal changes. I haven't had to sit on ice packs and, you know, or have a C-section and nurse and, you know, deal with the feels, adjustments in relationships, and I don't know what that's like. So naturally, if you're going through that, you're gonna want to create a tribe around women who know what that feels like. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like as a single woman, sometimes it can be hard kind of realizing you're in a different phase of life, or that compatibility might be changing. Whether it's spoken or unspoken, it's just different dynamics. Like, I can get up and go wherever I want to go, whenever, wherever. I don't have all of these things to consider, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe that makes one person more or less, but there is a difference. I feel like the hardest part sometimes about being single is sometimes wanting that same relatability where I feel like, you know, I just spoke about how, like, the mothers and the wives, they start hanging out, and people in relationships. Sometimes I yearn to have more of a community of women who are single and happy in their singleness, because not everybody is. Not everybody is, and it's I've just had a really interesting journey, and sometimes it does feel lonely not having that connectability. Like, I have been on an abstinence journey. I know some people like to call it like celibacy, some people like to call it abstinence. I say abstinence because I feel like celibacy is like making a formal commitment to God, and I don't know, I feel like that adds pressure to it, and I also don't necessarily want to feel like I'm lying to Big G about where my heart posture is on that. But y'all, I think I know maybe one other person that's done it, but they have a child, and it's different when you're coming home alone to yourself versus you're going through that journey and still having someone to take care of, to, you know, share your day with and time with and care, versus really, really and truly being alone. And it was such a journey for me that's been very empowering. It's been a lot of like epiphanies, a lot of things I've just been able to notice about myself and who I am. And one of the biggest ones is that, y'all, this gonna sound so bad, but like, who have I ever really and genuinely liked romantically? Like, when you remove like the physical and sexual attraction, who have I really and truly liked? That was a good person. Yeah, that was definitely a moment of like, wow, what do I really have in common with previous partners outside of a good time? Yeah, I was like, wow, that's sad. It's really, really sad. And I'm so proud of myself, because honestly, I won't really get into the details of why it started, because I don't know who's watching this. I don't want to put other people's business out here in these streets. But so when I'm feeling lazy, like today, I am going to use Fenty Beauty's Mocha Mami. It's a bronzer, which I love that they're creating bronzers for us chocolate girlies. As you can, wow. As you can see, I have worn Shawty Girl down, but I will use this as an eyeshadow. Today we're also going to be using it as a blush because it's easy. Like, this gets the job done. It's just like adding a nice pop of color to your face to create some dimension, but it's just so easy, simple, just one shade and you're done. But I'm very proud of myself because I just wanted to see if I could do it. I felt like for so many years, especially in my 20s, I just kind of felt like, wow, as long as I'm getting the physical, it's fine until I meet the right person that I actually want to settle down with. And then it kind of became like, are we afraid of being alone? Like, are we really just doing this because we don't know how to be alone? There's a creator that I love. Her name is like escaping me right now. I'll try to put it on the screen. She posted this video recently talking about like how your sneaky links your sneaky links are kind of preventing you from meeting your significant other. And at this point, I do now believe that, because like, why would God be ready to bless you with the one and you still out here getting your cheeks clapped by somebody that doesn't want to be with you or you shouldn't be with, you know? But like, to be able to cultivate a joyful life, like where you're happy, where you're good, where you feel full outside of dealing with somebody, is probably one of my greatest achievements that I'm very, very proud of. And the beautiful and hard part about that, y'all, is that when I do encounter men, I feel like they always kind of assume that I'm talking to multiple people, or like, oh, they're competing with other men. And it's like, you're competing with my peace and with me wanting to go home and wrap my feet together under a blanket, because I really am okay. And it's such a weird, like, it's such a weird place to be in. Like, it's weird, it's good, it's beautiful, but it's also just like, yo, we're really here? Like, we've really grown this much? And I definitely try to go back to who I previously was. We're going in with eyeliner. This is L'Oreal Paris, the Super Slim Black Noir. I really love the tip of this. It's just such a easy type of situation to get into, especially if you're not pro the dip the liquid. Like, that would be a lot to me. Sometimes your girl wants that thin line, but I need some assistance, and she does that. Again, it's very difficult for me to speak while I'm doing this. Sometimes I hold the side of my face, sometimes I don't. It's just all in the mood. I really like how my base came out today. I've been trying to get better at like underpainting. I feel like, especially if you were early 2000s YouTube makeup girly enthusiast, you know, we used to paint this down, girl. That face was beat. Bring on the thick layer. I haven't done a wing in a long time, but honestly, I don't even want to mess this up. Simple, just give a little razzle dazzle, really just to hide my my band and my lashes, for real, because I don't always put it right on the lash line. And now we are going back to conceal. One of the things I am going to be picking up soon, guys, is a better highlight color. This is really more just in my like conceal shade, but I do want to get like a little brighter for the under eye. But guess what? We finna make it do what it do. But yeah, I definitely had like a relapse after, it was like a few days close to my 2-year mark. And that's when I knew, y'all, your girl had changed. And nobody also talks about like that grieving process either, of like realizing that your taste and just different things in life is changing and you're not who you were or who you thought you were. I really liked this man. We'll was starting to like him. We were dating, and he just, you know how people start doing that thing where they want you to chase them? We were supposed to like go out on a date one day, and he hit me up that morning, asked me what time I was finishing up with work, and I was so excited. Then I don't hear from this man for a week, and I had to reach out to like, bro, what's happening? Like, are you okay? You good? You dead? Like, what's up? All for his response to be like, oh, my bad, you didn't see like on my Instagram stories that I had to leave and go on my work trip early. Baby, no, there's like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, to my face, like, I'm not the woman that sends these long text messages and going off. I'm gonna act real calm till I see you in person, and we're gonna have this conversation. You're not gonna have time to consult the group chat. You're not gonna have time to think about a response. It's gonna be live action. And that was a live action response. Excuse me? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And that also kind of just showed me like we're growing, and I don't believe like this person is a bad person at all. I just think, you know, different people go through different things that kind of put them in positions to where they want to feel loved, and sometimes for a lot of people I feel like that looks like someone pursuing them. And I'm not one of these women that feels like, oh, the man has to do everything. Baby, I'm gonna match your energy. You're waking up in the morning, texting me, encouraging me. I'm gonna be, I'm matching, you know what I'm saying? So, but chasing, that's where the line gets drawn for me. But I do understand that not everybody grew up in very loving households, and people just really want to feel loved, and I can support that, but also know that that's not for me. We're not starting off that way. But very nice guy, very funny, charismatic. I do feel like he could be an excellent partner to someone, but I don't have the mental and emotional capacity to deal with that. And it just happens this one time. I don't, like, we all make mistakes. We all have to learn people, but we're just gonna leave it at that. It was a no. But I was proud of myself, because usually in the past I would have just been like, well, it's something to do until I meet somebody else. And no, why? Especially when I know what I want. I know, like, I met a guy recently, y'all. This man asked me to be his sneaky link. I was like, do I read desperate? Like, I feel like that's another part of it when you get to a certain age, is sometimes I feel like your boundaries get tested to see like how desperate you are. And I said, babe, my life is really good. Like, I don't want, yes. Need? I was like, oh no, baby, I'm the one, not the two. I don't ever play second. Let's try that with somebody else. Appreciate the directness and the honesty, but no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I am hopeful. I just feel like being single is hard. It's not just hard for Black women, even though if you want to be with a Black man, you know, it's hard out here for a pimp. It can be challenging. I don't think it's impossible though. I just think a lot of us get to a point where we stop trying, and I'm not gonna hold y'all, I have definitely hit that point where I'm just like, we gotta have these same conversations over and over again. It's like you're supposed to like you're supposed to kind of like be excited and be optimistic, but also kind of be rooted in reality, being hopeful, but don't get your hopes up. You know, like, you be trying to manage so many different emotions and feelings, and giving people an opportunity to make a mistake, and it'd be a lot. It is a lot. Honestly and truly, what I would really love to do when my coin is there, if I'm still single in a couple years, I really just want to hire a matchmaker, y'all. Honest to goodness, I feel like I'm a pretty... So the camera just stopped. Not sure what exactly just happened there, but I would love that. I would absolutely adore a matchmaker. Like, for real. So now I'm going back in with the powder to finish setting my makeup. I really go in on my nose area because, again, I'm super oily right here. If you have more normal skin or dry, you really don't, you can use like a little bit of powder, but the way I go in is like not necessary for you. But I know that I'm an oily girl. I know I'm also a sweaty girl, so I really go in. Some people use a brush, and if you're using a brush instead of a square, I feel like you really need to like tap off the excess because it can make it super cakey. You don't want to look super cakey. But yeah, y'all, that's kind of where I am on the dating thing. Would love to meet somebody. I definitely still want to have kids, and one of the other things I would just like to say is kind of hard getting into your 30s. Being single and not having kids is like, I love that everybody wants to talk about fertility now. I love that we are fertility conscious now, right? I adore that. But trying to make women make decisions about their own bodies sometimes is very exhausting. Like, oh, how old, you're single, are you gonna freeze your eggs, have you thought about it? Of course I have. So I know that for me, a lot of people might not know this, but my parents, they were married for either 8 or 10 years before they could conceive. They got married super early in their 20, like 23. I think they started at 25. And they couldn't find anything wrong. They just weren't getting pregnant. And then all of a sudden, my sister, then me, then my brother. We're all like 2.5 years apart. So I know for some people, they've never had to think about the fertility conversation, but the fertility conversation has always been a thing for me because of that. So I'm just like, oh, I'm tired of talking about it. Like, really and truly, if you are somebody that wants to freeze your eggs, more power to you. A lot more jobs, well, depending on the state of the world right now, but politics, we're not going to get into that. But a lot more jobs were offering healthcare plans that had, you know, coverage and things like that for that. But it's also a very hard process on your body that I feel like people make it sound like, oh, freezing your eggs, oh yeah, just go to the doctor, 1, 2, 3. No, you have to give yourself shots. You have to test yourself. Like, getting them removed is a process. Like, and then a lot of people aren't talking about the fact that sometimes even when you freeze your eggs, they're not viable when it's time to use them. So I'm very supportive of whatever a woman decides to do with her body, but what's really annoying is people just kind of trying to suggest that when in reality there is no 100% way to guarantee that you can have children. You can try all the preventative methods, you can do all the things, but there is no way to 100% certify that you will be able to procreate. And that is a truth that I have been able to accept. On my mom's side, I had a cousin by marriage who had some difficulties. Poor thing, had so many miscarriages, all to find out all she needed was a hormone, and she ended up having iris twins, you know, when they're born like a year apart. I also believe that there is some divine things going on there too, because like, there is no reason that I can possibly come to with my parents trying for as long as they did for nothing to be wrong. They're like, the swimmers are swimming. Nothing's wrong with your uterus. Nothing's going on. That all of a sudden, almost 10 years later, boom, boom, boom. sometimes I do feel like God has different destinies assigned to your children, and it's just when he wants. And I know it takes everybody a different time to get there, but like, I don't want to go through that process by myself. Now, if I was with a partner and things came down to, okay, this is what we need to do. We need to do the IVF. We need to go through that process, then cool. But bruh, I don't want to go through that by myself. Like, I don't. Now, do I have loved ones and friends that will come over and help shoot me up? 100%. I have a very supportive community, and I love that for me, and I love them down, but I don't want to. And I'm tired of people trying to like, time is running out. That's the thing. Like, that to me is probably one of the hardest parts about being single. Being single at this age is very much, people sometimes are projecting their own fears about timelines onto you that you don't have. And also for me, I've never been 100% attached to the idea of motherhood coming from my own body. Like, I'm very much okay with becoming a foster parent, foster to adopting. I'm very much okay with, like, honestly, if I could do a surrogate, I would do a surrogate if I could afford it. But I believe there's multiple ways to be a mother, and just because a child didn't come from my body, just because a child does not have my DNA, that doesn't mean that's not my baby. I love you, I'm taking care of you, your mental, physical well-being, you're my baby. So, and I've had the conversations with my doctors, like, that's something that I feel very strongly about. I feel like going to your OB is probably one of the most important doctors for you to go to. Yes, definitely get your physicals and your blood work, but please be going to your OBs and getting your exams done every year. A lot of people don't know that. I know PAPs are like every few years now. However, you can still get your annual wellness exam. And please go every year to get your wellness exam. Especially if you are sexually active, please get tested, y'all. It's a lot of stuff going around. HIV rates are off the charts, especially within the Black community, especially with Black women. Please get tested regularly. I still go and like, oh, you want to get tested me? And another thing, if you do not know, when you go and get like a STD, STI panel done, they do not include herpes and some other things. So I can't remember the name of the full panel, but when you go, ask for what they're going to test you for and ask them to test you for everything. List them out. Okay? Because most of the time they're just going to test you for, I think, for like chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis, HIV if you're doing the blood, tricha, whatever that one is called. Yeah, you gotta ask. Ask them to specifically list it out. Because when I found out that they weren't testing for herpes, y'all, I was very hot. Like, I get it, it's something you can live with, but like, bruh, don't you think I would like to let other people know if that's my situation? I probably want to wait till something's going on to be like, oh, by the way, no. And even about the birth control conversation, y'all, I'm very pro birth control. I know a lot of people are not. Do what's best for your body. I also feel like a lot of people have not had really good doctors, to be honest with you. The experiences that some women have told me about their birth control, I'm like, and you told your doctor this and they didn't do anything about it, they didn't change it, they didn't tell you the specifics of each brand. Like, that's not a good doctor. That's not a good doctor. It's not. But I do feel like if I would have had children with any past partner, that I would have been doing my kids a disservice. So I just kind of feel like it's protected me and my offspring from, especially before that frontal lobe is developed. So I went in with that same like bronzy shade to go under my eyes, just to kind of seal it in a little bit. And now I'm about to go in with Danessa Mavericks. This is her deep powder bronzer. Danessa is that girl. We are gonna be trying more products from her because none of her products have broken me out. As you can see, I have used her down. In her color payoff, she is a beautiful dark-skinned black woman. She gets it. Like, she gets it. She's a makeup artist herself, so like, she gets it. Finding products that have a beautiful color payoff. Oh my gosh, her complexion products are amazing. I think this summer I really want to try to find like a either a tinted moisturizer, because I'm a super sweater, y'all. So typically in the summer you're not going to catch me wearing makeup unless I'm going to be inside or it's already nighttime, because I really sweat, and it's a horrible feeling when you feel like your face is literally melting, really and truly just literally melting. So yeah, y'all, being in your 30s it's just been an experience. Like, even when it comes to like career, y'all, like what I do for my 9 to 5 is boring, it's dry, and this is my first time working with a lot of drier personalities, and it's killing me, okay? Because you can have like a super dry, boring job. You could have a job that you really truly don't like, but if you have a group of people that is enjoyable to be around, listen, bonding over the work trauma, it can be such a wonderful experience. And there's only like 2 people that have like what I would call lively personalities, and one, she's just coming back to work after being out for a year. Poor thing had a like complete health scare, just life really lifed for her. So she's coming back, and she's back in the office, but she's only there like every other week or so, and she's still catching up on all the things work related. And then there's one other girl who's currently looking for other positions. So it's just like I don't know what's happening, y'all, but I like want something that I actually enjoy doing. I really do. Like, my last role that I had got laid off from, y'all, was so labor intensive that I was just like, this is not for me. Like, I used to really want to be this career girly. I wanted the fancy job titles. I want the money. I still want the money. I still want the money. But like, I really and truly don't care. I just want to make money and do something that I don't hate, and that's not super labor intensive. Because that last role, y'all, being on meetings 7:30 to after 5 o'clock, having meetings during the lunch hour, like, no, not for me. Not for me. I know. So my job really isn't hard. It's really not that labor intensive. It's just dry, it's boring. And I do miss being fully remote. I'm not gonna hold you. I really do. 2 days a week isn't bad, and I'm gonna take it. Right? I'm gonna take it. But do I miss being fully remote, especially in the single season of life? Yeah, 100%. I do. But I do want to do something that I feel like I love. I do feel like there's always going to be something that you don't enjoy about a job. Like, even when it comes to YouTube, I love recording. I love talking to y'all. Editing. The amount of time it takes to edit. The loves. It's a lot. So I do understand that, but I don't know. It's just, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm just ready to do something that I enjoy. I feel like when I do my makeup in the morning, when I'm not tired and I have somewhere to go, it just always comes out better. I am going to fix my brows, so sometimes when I'm carving them out, I might hit the line or powder over something. So I just go back in and feel like what I may have accidentally removed, and just kind of make them a little stronger. A little stronger, more pronounced. I'm so envious of the girlies who have naturally thick eyebrows. Like, how does it feel to be God's favorite? How does it feel? How does it feel? And that's really what I do there. So the general rule is like mirror them to the corner of your eyes and then the corner here. And sometimes, you know, they're sisters and not twins, and it's cool because those. So now I'm gonna go in with that same Mocha Mami, and we're gonna use her as a blush, y'all. The Love Yourself Beauty blushes have started to break me out. It's a very soft breakout, and I really noticed it probably the second or third time. And I'll notice it like under the skin. It's really not a bad breakout, and you might see me using it again, but I know that we have plans next weekend, so I need my skin to be skinning, honey. It's me struggling to open this. So we're gonna use a different brush just because that brush has the Love Yourself Beauty blush on it. And we're just gonna warm her up just a little. Just a little bit, just a little bit, or just a lot of it. I was honestly doing this before I got super into blush. e.l.f. has a blush palette that I adore, but they don't seem to be making that shade. I'm like, I don't know if it's just out of stock right now or if we're just not like using this, but I really miss it. They make the palette. Currently it's on their site. It's like palette 1 and palette 2, and palette 1 is like lighter complexion. I'm like, this one looks super ashy on me. I need the deeper, richer tones, and that's just not what's being offered right now. But do you see it? It's just, I love their makeup process for chocolate girlies. Because you know, a lot of times like, we already have color in our face, so that don't mean I don't want some more. Give me more. Give me more, okay? Shoot. 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 And there we go, y'all. So I am gonna go in with Danessa Myricks, her beautiful highlighter 2 palette. I love that it's gold. Gold is my favorite color in the world. Look at these colors. They're so pretty. We're gonna go in probably today. I've been hitting the chocolate milk and the sweet saffron so much, but the sweet saffron got me in a chokehold, honey. Like this, like really pink, like I love it. So I know a lot of people don't go in with highlighter as much as they used to, but I love it, especially if you're gonna be out and taking pictures or filming. I just feel like it looks super nice. I'm not gonna do OD like I normally do. And then I am still a lover of a inner corner highlight. I feel like we're missing something. What are we missing? But I love how it kind of just opens up the eyes. The eyes are my favorite feature, so I always kind of like to give them a little bit more. I'm gonna hit under the brow just a little bit. I know this is very like 90s type of trend, but again, I really like it. You don't have to do too much. That's our face, y'all. Like, I'm about to spray her down and put on some lashes. So I do want to try that viral setting spray. This is more of a finishing spray. This is the NYX Mini Matte. Again, y'all, affordable. I'm an affordable girly, makeup girly. And of course, I don't have my fan. This is my favorite part because I love how it just like melts your makeup down and makes it look a lot more skin-like. So I really love this part. I'm so happy with how it came out. This is my second time trying to record like a chit chat video during makeup, and I did the other one at night and I had to add lighting and I just didn't like it. It felt too harsh. I was super close in the camera, and let me know if next time you want me to be closer. But yes, I love it, love it, love it. What time is it? Right on time, right on time, right on time. The goal for today was just to record 2 videos. I need to leave here in probably about an hour 15. We have some fragrances to record, so I'm excited about that. Okay, now we're about to put on these lashes, honey. And I'm trying to decide if I want to do like my everyday lashes. I'm also a person that loves to keep my makeup stuff clean. Like I cannot stand when stuff just starts like piling up. So I am going to do my favorite lashes that really have exceeded their life expectancy. Okay, I found the lash glue, but this is like really stuck. This is like low-key embarrassing. So let me see if I got enough to even put these lashes on, because this is wow, we definitely need to get some more of this. So I really don't have the best advice for you as far as putting on lashes. I'm a contact wearer, and I feel like that really significantly helped me. So while it's like drying in one hand, I go in with my mascara. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Original, and this is Black Onyx Noir, the blackest of the black that they have. And I usually go in with my bottom lash. Just to add some dimension. I have really tightly curled lashes, so sometimes I have to do a couple of layers to feel like, hi, I'm here. And I just got a little bit of mascara on my face, but that's okay. Never ever wipe your mascara off if you hit your face while it is still wet. Wait till she dries and then fix her. So I'm just gonna go in with this. Sometimes putting on lashes is still like a struggle for me. Most of the time it's because I'm being impatient and not waiting till the glue is dried. Which I feel like is a lot of people's kind of problem with lashes. I also messed up by sometimes I kind of overly mess with it to make sure it's super secure. Listen, once you've had a lash fall off on you once, you just kind of like, I need to know that girl is secure, okay? This is, I'm sorry y'all, I didn't even tell y'all, I'm so embarrassed for you to see this glue. This is the Duo glue. It's the brush on one. So it's not the one that's like in that super elongated tube. So our lashes are on. Today we're just gonna do a simple lip. So I love products that I can use for more than one thing. So these are my same eyebrow pencil I'm gonna go in and line my lips with. And yes, we do overline over here. It's always easy for me to do my bottom. I feel like my top especially because I have a very defined cupid's bow. It's just easier for me to start with the bow and then do the sides. Okay, the lips are aligned. Today, I'm really trying to use up the rest of this NYX Butter Gloss. This is in the shade Praline. And she's almost out. She's basically out. It does look a little darker on me because I have used this gloss on a darker lipstick, so she will be a little bit more pinker fresh out the tube. Perfect, like nudie lip. I am gonna add a little bit of a gloss on top of her. Just because, wait, are we out of this? Oh, we still have this. So this is Fenty Beauty's. This is in the shade Diamond Milk. I really hope that focused. I really tried. And we're just gonna add a little light layer. Y'all, her gloss is so moisturizing. Such a nice finish. So this is the look. Thanks for coming to this Singleness in my 30s chit chat, get ready with me video. I'm so excited for just life in general. Though that my early 30s have been like a slight whirlwind of me trying to get used to these new emotions, these different chapters people are in, I'm excited. One of the things I have been loving the most so far is that I'm feeling more rooted in who I am and loving all parts of me. I am a spicy, opinionated, just woman, and I love that for me. I love that I'm comfortable being in my own skin and knowing who I am and knowing where I stand and my values are, and I love that. So if you had a similar experience or you're going through these experiences or know someone, definitely recommend the video, and please comment, y'all. I love it and adore when y'all comment, and I will see y'all in another video. Bye.